Hi, this is Suresh. Today we will see a basic 2.5D animation. By the end of this tutorial, you will come to know how to use camera, null objects, and how best you can make use of the pre-comps. Just look at this video. This is what we are basically trying to achieve today. Let us start. So here are all the footages which you are going to use inside this project. Building textures, road, sky, trees with alpha and the ground plane. Let us create a new comp. I'll select from a preset. I'll first name it as final composition because this is the one which I'm going to finally render it. From preset I'll choose as NTSC-DB and change the frame rate to 24. Duration as 30 seconds. Click OK. Your comp is created. Now import all the files into the project. Let us start. I'll first select the grass texture to create a ground plane. Actually it is larger than the composition, so I'll scale it down so that it fits to the composition. Name it as ground plane. Enable move all attributes and click OK. Enable 3D switches. Create a new camera for the scene. 35mm camera. Click OK. New. Create a null object which we will parent it for the camera. Select the Pickwick from camera. Drag it to null object. Enable 3D switch for the null object. Always control your cameras using a null object. Press R by selecting the ground plane. Rotate the x-axis to 90 degrees. Move it down. And create duplicates of it. If you want, you can also tile them using a repeater. I'll just scale them. I'll bring the road texture, scale it down, create one more duplicate of it, select both the road texture, pre-comp it, enable 3D switches, press alpha rotation, rotate it to 90 degree and align it to ground plane. Now make duplicates of the road texture, repeat them, move them in depth, bring in the sky, enable 3D for that sky layer, push it back, while placing the images like this in 2.5D animation. It's always better to switch to orthographic view so that you will know where exactly you are placing an object. I just click to two views horizontal, select the image, position it. I'll make duplicates of the grass and that is a ground plane and road once again to fill in this free space that is left behind the current texture and the sky. Now we'll try to bring in the fence. Select the fence image, import it as composition, drag the wooden fence composition to the timeline, enable 3D, rasterize the layer, push it backwards, double click on wooden fence, change the composition settings, increase the width, tile the fence, position it, Make duplicate of those, scale them if required. Select all the fence layers, pre-comp it once again, enable 3D, enable rasterized layer. Pre-comps are just like your groups. You can have n number of pre-comps inside another pre-comp. Now we'll start create the building. Drag and drop the building texture, select it, pre-comp it, drag all other textures in, enable 3D, create a null object, parent all these images to the null so that you can control all the sites using a null. Scale them, choose a top view to position them, by choosing top view you can place objects exactly where you want. Position them, check through a camera view, bring in the roof texture, place that, enable 3D, rotate it, and position it. place them onto the scene, position it, enable 3D for the building layer, enable rasterize layer, rotate it, place them on the ground plane, make duplicate of those, place them on the either side of the road, press C for the camera controls, you can dolly the scene and see. We'll add few trees into the scene. Duplicate them, place it randomly over the ground planes. We are almost done. And another set of trees near the fence. Make duplicate of them, position it, finally we'll bring in the character. It's a footage with alpha. I'll just drag and drop to the scene, that is to the timeline, enable 3D, scale that down, position it, as the camera moves backward, the character has to move forward. We'll try to do that. We keep the position of the character. Now we'll key the camera also, but we'll be controlling the camera using the camera control, that is a null object.